Hello, lovers. Welcome to Repeater, a cute little show about big, sexy songs. Today, we're talking about love songs. That's right. It's our Valentine's Day edition of the show, and we're talking to 5 different comedians about songs that relate to their romantic lives.
This episode features the seductive voices of Trumane Alston, Caitlin Brodnick, Christina Cola, Juan Nicolón, and Branson Reese. Plus, the #1 pop punk and emo band from the suburbs of New York, My Dark Little Corner. They stop by to show us how much being in love can hurt if you're a teenager.
As always, we are your hosts, Evan and Pat, and we love each other.
It's true. And we also love you. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to and review this little show of ours. That would be very romantic of you.
Thanks for letting us nibble on your earlobes. This is Repeater. Thank you guys so much for coming. If you've never been to Repeater before, this is a podcast that we tape live here at QED. And we like to talk to people about songs that mean a lot to them. And usually we talk to one person about one song that means a lot to them. But tonight, in the spirit of Valentine's Day, we decided that we would talk to a bunch of people that we know and love about a bunch of different songs.
We're going to speed date them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So we asked everyone to they're either going to pick a love song or a non-love song that relates somehow to the romantic life. So we're going to kind of get to know people through that convention. And I think it's going to be a good time. But we wanted to get started. Usually we get started with the show by either like maybe giving you guys an example of a song that means a lot to us or by talking about new music we've been listening to. But we're going to do just a tiny bit different tonight, I think. Let's do new music first.
Sure.
Great. So, Pat, what have you been listening to?
I've been listening to a band called Priests. Don't remember what the album is called, but it's a pink album cover. It's delightful. It's like fun, kind of like British post-punk or whatever. I don't know. It's got a lot on it. It's good. I like it a lot.
Love it. I have been listening to Rihanna's Anti a lot, which I know came out a little while ago now. Yeah, one of those albums that I think the internet kept telling me was like an underrated, maybe one of the best albums of the year type of thing. And now I agree with the internet. Because I have never been a Rihanna fan before in my life, other than like, the hits. Whatever's on at the bar, whatever's on at the club. And like always like some of her songs for their, catchiness and stuff. But yeah, this last album I do think is like great. I think it's got kind of a good variety on it. And man, she knows how to pump you up and like give you confidence. She's great. So that's what I've been listening to.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah. So now let's kick off by talking about some love songs ourselves. Pat.
Sure.
Did you come up with a song to talk about?
It did. I realized that the only love songs that really stand out to me are the sad ones, which sounds really depressing, but the more I've thought about it, it's kind of like, because the happy ones, especially when you're in love, like they feel more just like everything. Every song turns into a love song to be poetic. But a love song that's been standing out to me recently is a Mountain Goat song, Surprise, that I had known the song for a while, but I only just learned that the title of the song is International Small Arms Traffic Blues. And because the lyric that was sticking out to me was our love is like the border between Greece and Albania. Or our love is like a powder keg in, I don't remember this lyric as clearly, but... Oh.
Holler! Bartender with a win.
Wow.
Nailed it. You guys got to talk after this.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's such a funny name for a song.
Yeah.
And like, I guess metaphor to draw.
Yeah, it's like very contentious, but like a powder keg that might explode kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
I guess.
That's love. My choice is a song that I've actually given many times on the show as an example of like a song that's important to me. But I've never explained it really. So the song is Eric Clapton's Wonderful Tonight, a real like lame Clapton era tune. Like some of his worst work. But I do love that song. I do love that song unapologetically. And it makes me think of my 7th grade, I believe into 8th grade girlfriend, Brittany. When you're in middle school and you date for over a year, like I think on and off we did for like a year and a half, 2 years, something like that. Yeah, she was good. She was great. But so that song reminds me for not only because like I don't think I ever discussed this with her. Like it was, but it was like our song in my mind, unbeknownst to her. But the reason that song is really seared into my memory is that, in that era, that's when you would I would make mix tapes off of CDs, right? And so I had like a combo CD tape deck, and I would play a song and hit record on the tape deck, and that's how you'd make mixes. But with Wonderful Tonight, this was my brother's tape deck and CD combo player, and he was away at college. And so we also shared a room. So this was like kind of in one of the only times of my entire adolescence or childhood where I had a room of my own, and had sweet technology. And so what I literally did was tape that song over and over and over again onto one side of a tape so that it was just Wonderful Tonight on repeat. And
that's a bad mixtape.
Yeah. And when Brittany and I like started going out, I would just put that on and fall asleep to listening to Wonderful Tonight over and over and over again. For anybody at home, a lot of people in the audience said that's so cute. No, but that's why that song is forever in my brain, is because I used to just fall asleep to it.
Was there anything on the other side of that tape?
It was either Wonderful Tonight on both sides, or it was like a one-sided tape that was like blank on the other side. I don't recall.
Does that even qualify as a mixtape?
It was not a mixtape. That's just
just a tape.
I was just telling you guys how to record stuff on
on
a cassette. But yeah. Well, guys, that's it for us. Now you know us far more romantically. Let's bring up our first guest of the night. She has been a guest on the show before, and she is so incredibly wonderful. Caitlin Brodnick. Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I really love this show. I just really love it.
Yay.
It's a good show. You guys are good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We're so excited to have you.
Thank you.
So what song from your romantic life do you want to talk about?
My romantic life. I've only had sex with 2.5 people. So,
cool. Sorry for that half guy.
No, it was half sex. Not a half person, a half sex. Right. But so I have a lot, but it's packed into one person because we've been together for like 10 years. And it's, before when I was on the show, I said Amory's One Thing, because that's like my anthem. But then I realized I walked down the aisle to this one song when I got married, and I was like, it is very important to us. It's Joanna Newsome's Good Intention Paving Company. Does anybody know it?
Yeah.
I know, Brett, because I saw you at the concert. We've gone to how many concerts? My husband's here, so I'm making him be a part of this. Like 3. We're like so fucking into her. Yeah. And the song like opens up. It's a very long song, and it has like all these different like melodic. It all works, but it's just she takes you on a journey. And so like for when I walked down the aisle, I was like, I'm going to start this song. And like, we had to explain it to the DJ. It was all this preparation. And I was standing outside with my parents. And I was like, we're not going in yet. I know the part I'm going in on. And then like when we opened it and the song means a lot to my husband, Alan, and he is just sobbing, like uncontrollably sobbing. And I loved it. I was like, yes, I just wanted him to be like weeping. And that's exactly what happened. And that's what you want as a bride. Like you care about like your hair, your dress, but like you really want your groom to be like a goddamn mess.
Yeah.
And like like showing everyone how blessed he is to be marrying you and how lucky he is. Because there is that fear that if he's like, this was a bad decision. Because yeah, that's a lot. That's very popular these days.
Fear?
Yeah. No, fear. Yeah. Fear. You know, all those things.
Yeah.
And so you're like, well, what if he just like upped it and ran away? Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he didn't.
That's so nice.
He was like a sobbing being, and it was our favorite song, and it was so perfect.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How did that song enter your relationship? Because you guys are just both big fans?
Okay, well, there's always a little bit of jealousy with me. So, he really loved this song, and it was this really hot, beautiful singer, and he said that like one of his friends introduced it to him, and because he's friends with lots of girls. Mm-hmm. So it was when we were first dating, and one of his girls that was friends introduced it, and another girl that was friends said that like she tried to listen to it, but it sounds like screaming, and like she really hated it. And I was like, I'm gonna be the girl who gets it. Like I was just like, fuck everyone. And I was like, so I only Googled pictures of her, and I was like, she's hot, but like I'm physically with him, so I'm gonna be hotter. And so I started listening to it, and then it didn't really matter what he thought because I like loved her too. And I was like, oh my God, this is so convenient. I actually love her. And she's so like, when you first hear her, it's kind of bizarre because nothing else sounds like that. She's the wife of Andy Samberg. That's how everybody knows her. And she looks like a woodland nymph fashion icon. It's very confusing, but she's so cool. And like, she's not really of this earth.
Right. She's like a nymph.
Yeah, like elf, a nymph, but Nordic. But cool, like a cool nymph, not like a nerd middle school nymph.
No.
Not that anybody, I'm not saying it that, but like.
You're not necessarily a nerd if you were a nymph in middle school.
Right. Yeah. It's like, it's your thing. But I'm saying she's clearly not that.
Right.
Not like a Lord of the Rings nymph.
No,
like a badass. So I started.
There were some badass ones in Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah, I fell asleep.
Okay.
My first boyfriend, the one that I had sex with, he made me watch 4 in a row.
That's a bad
dude.
Idea.
Bad. Well, he also might have been gay.
Sure.
So I think it was like things we did to pass the time.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time.
But she won you over.
She's so important to us. And like we tried to explain it to like my parents, and I don't think they really got it. And we were like, you aren't allowed to comment. Like you aren't even allowed to tell us you might not like it. Like this is our girl. Like we take her so seriously that I know my mom was scared to say anything. Because she was like, I don't know if it's really for me. And I was like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She's what we are. Like it is us. Like we're with Joanna.
Yeah.
So.
Was it one of those things where it was first listen, you got it? Or was it like a couple of listens?
I was like, I've got to get this because I have to beat out all of his other friends.
Yeah.
Because like when a guy you're dating has lots of girls that are his friends, you're like always constantly afraid like maybe he secretly wants them. So, or like wants to date them, or like what if something happens and it was like this long lost friendship. So I was like, I've got to love her harder than anybody he knows. Like you do, like a competitive woman does. So the first time I listened to it, it was just like filled with worry. And then the next time I was like, oh, I love this. But the first time I was pretty nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Because I do feel like she's an artist that people may like. It does take them a few listens to get into. Yeah. I think so. And
but
I love that you did it. Yeah.
Her words are insane. Like she has a song about New York City and like gives a history lesson about all the people who lived and died and fought and who are buried under the streets we walk on. Whoa. And you're just like, what? Like no one else cares. Like no one does. And like I can't even pronounce it. Is it Spanakopedon? What's it called? Sapoconicon. See, I don't even know what that means. But like it's Wait.
No, tell us.
Tell us, husband. Say it again. I call it Spanakopicon.
Close enough.
Yes, but I do love her, but I just don't understand her words.
Right. Because I'm someone that I've only listened to her like in passing, so a handful of times type of thing. Like each album maybe once. Like and I don't think I ever have like really understood lyrically what she's about.
No,
because I don't pay enough attention.
No, and the average first listen, you don't really, but there are all these kids on like genius.com or whatever the website is where they go over everything, and that they've spent their whole life like outwitting each other.
Right.
So they have an amazing explanation. So we Google that. Mm-hmm. That's what we do. But sometimes if I'm listening to like an Anne-Marie song and then she comes on and she's like, "Hey, B," I'm like, I can't. And I have to like quickly go, her songs are crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. One last question.
Yeah.
Out of all the tunes, how did that one end up being like the wedding song?
I think because Alan Came Home was like, "This reminds me of you." First I was like, yes, I beat everyone. And then I think it's because so he had a rough childhood and I had a childhood where all I was doing was being obsessed with weddings. I still am. I love weddings. I love getting married. And so I met him and I was like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to get married and have all your babies and like, just like love you and be together." And he was really overwhelmed, obviously. So it's about sort of this idea that like the road is rough, but it's worth it at the end. And he was saying that to me and I was like, thank God. Thank God it's worth it because it's a lot. It's a lot. So I'm really happy that he wanted to marry me.
Yeah. I love that.
That's cool.
Thank you so much, Katie. Everybody give it up. Beautiful. Now please welcome to the stage our next guest, Trumane Alston. Woo! Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, hello.
What is going on, buddy?
Doing your show.
Yeah. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, how's it going?
It's good.
Good.
What song do you want to talk about?
Okay, I had a hard time deciding between songs, but I eventually settled on Benny King's "Stand By Me."
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yes.
So I think that was the first song that I like, the first like love song that I knew all the words to that wasn't like a Christian love song and about the love of Jesus Christ. Right?
Were
those prevalent in your house growing up?
For sure. Okay. Even now, my mom only listens to like Christian music, but my dad he always listened to either 1010 Wins or CD 101.9 on the way to school. So that was like the short period of time that we would hear something else.
Right.
It was like a 15-minute drive to school. 10 minutes of that would be 1010 Wins, all news all the time. And then it was 5 minutes of smooth jazz or whatever was playing on the radio. But most of that smooth jazz was like either just like instrumental saxophone music or Benny King. And I also learned about Benny King through like a Disney sing-along song.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So like I had that like visual companion. I thought it was the music video for the longest time.
Very cool music video.
Very cool music video. Marred by violence. Just so much violence in that video.
Ooh.
Yeah. So with that song, I mean the whole VHS tape, I would like watch it over and over again on repeat. It was like Oliver, or what's that? Oliver and Company?
Yeah.
Sure. It was like the Billy Joel song, Streets of Gold. I watched that all the time. Hercules was on there. And then there was a Lion King, just Timon and Pumbaa singing Stand By Me. And every time Timon said Stand By Me, something atrocious would happen to Pumbaa.
Oh, yeah. Because he like gets beaten up throughout.
Just like he's like stung by bees, shocked by lightning, dragged through
I think
like
I did have
a
this
patch
VHS.
of cacti. And I think it ruined the song for me.
Yep, that would.
Where it's like, this is a love song and love doesn't last.
In fact, it hurts you very directly.
It hurts a lot. The love of Christ
over
is
and
the
over.
only love that doesn't hurt you.
Oh, so your mom's ulterior motive for letting that video exist was...
It's only the love of Christ can be counted on. It won't hurt you in the end.
Yeah, wow, what a shocking lesson to learn.
Yeah.
young boy?
I guess just pieces coming together, you know.
Right.
That's the story I've decided to tell myself as an adult.
Has that song stuck with you at all in adulthood? Like, is that still kind of like a favorite?
Yeah, it's still a favorite. I mean, I think that's the first love song that I like knew all the words to.
Yeah.
Because it's a sing along too. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think I don't know. It's just a classic song through and through.
Yeah,
You know.
100%.
Yeah. Great karaoke song. You know.
Yep.
Great karaoke.
What you said, so your mom was into obviously religious music.
Yeah.
But like what kind of religious music?
So it'd be like Kirk Franklin, Yolanda Adams, just like
Is that like spiritual? Is that what it'd be considered?
not exactly spiritual. I mean, I feel like some gospel music does like takes on modern stuff,
Mm-hmm.
where it's not like the choral kind of. Wondering how to describe it exactly. It's just Baptist church music. I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know a ton of other gospel music to compare
right.
it to. Yeah.
Now, are any of those songs like kind of jams to you?
Oh,
Not necessarily like in the club, but
no,
the songs that you're like, I love that
for
song.
sure. There's a song by Yolanda Adams. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like it's a dance song for sure.
Oh, nice.
It's a banger. It's a it's a JC approved banger. Yeah. And it's the hook or the chorus is like, take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. And
That's great.
I just want to praise him. I just want to praise him. And it's like, this is a good song. I don't believe what you're saying, but I get down with it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if everyone had to like morally align with their dance songs, nobody
Right.
would be out on the floor.
No, not at all. I cannot keep up with The Weeknd at all. That's not my life. I can't do it.
But yeah, throw in some Yolanda and you'll be out on the floor.
I'm okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Just give me
man.
a small cup of wine, a little bread.
You throw in the most weak ass party.
Yeah, dude, that's the body of Christ. Dude. That's the blood of Christ. This is gonna get lit.
Yeah, you can't account for what is going to happen.
Right. There's gonna be some transmuting on the dance floor.
Did your dad have any like tunes that he would slide into your atmosphere?
Yeah. I mean, he was always he never actually like slid tunes into my atmosphere. It was always like stuff that he would play. I would ask him what it is. He's like, I don't know. it's just on, you know. There's stuff that he liked for sure. He's a huge fan of like George Benson, Otis Redding, kind of all those old school soul dudes. Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross. Liked it, but never talked about it in a way that was like, you should listen to this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That was just like what he had on.
What he had on, yeah. And I was also like cautious to play anything inside of the house.
Sure.
Like with my mom doesn't listen to any like pop music, none of it. It's all gospel music.
Yeah.
She caught him watching the Beyonce video once and was very upset.
Ooh.
Yeah. She like stormed upstairs. She's like, what are you watching? Like it was porn.
The most popular recording on Summer Time.
Yeah. It's a digital drop, you know? Surprise digital drop. I didn't know about it.
Yeah. Came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just on my screen.
Just came on the TV.
I love that. Well, Trumane, thanks so much for sharing. Everybody give it up. Thank you, Trumane. Let's give it up. Let's keep it going for our next guest, Branson Reese. Yes.
Hello.
Branson,
Hi.
son of Bran.
What's up?
Oh, nothing.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
What song do you want to talk about?
Okay, so I had the hardest time picking songs. I just I don't have like a favorite song. I can't like sustain
Sure.
that for more than like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's an exhausting thing to think about.
Yeah, and it's
Ultimately.
pointless too. There's no like reward for you if you have a favorite
If you pick
song.
the number one.
you're just like limiting yourself.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I was struggling to think of songs, and I was thinking of like relationships I've been in, and like what was our song. And I've only, in all the relationships I've been in, only 2 of them did we have like a song, because we were young enough that we like chose a song to have. And both of those, I was like thinking, I was like, that's not, I don't give, like one of them was this like power metal band, Sonata Arctica. It was like a song of that was like our song. And like, no, I'm not talking about that. No, absolutely not. But, so I was on the train here, and the song came up on shuffle. I was like, this is the one. This is it. But it's not like, well, I'll say it's I Try by Macy Gray.
Yeah.
That's the song that for me, it like came on. I was like, oh, great. Pressure's off. I don't have to think about a song anymore.
Divine intervention from Macy Gray.
Yeah. She just like stormed into my life, and yeah, she's great. But I think the reason for that is that song. Okay. So just like the backstory is like my family, we moved around a lot when I was a kid, but from 3rd through 6th grade, we were in the same place, and I was in the same class of people so like that class, just like 3rd, 4th, 5th, we got like 2 extra kids, and that was it. So I was like really close with that group of kids. And there was one person in that class who like I had a huge crush on. And in 6th grade, like I found out we were moving, but it like came to a head. It was like, oh, she has a crush on me too. But it's 6th grade. What are we going to do? Like nothing happened. We just like acknowledged it and was like, this is great. And then there was nothing else. But when I was in 6th grade, that was when that song came out. And that was one of my first like moments in my life of like developing taste. And this was like very primordial taste. It was still at the point where it's just like, it's either, if it's on the radio, I'm either very excited or like extremely excited for it. Like I just like, I love to listen to the radio. But that was the first song I was like, oh, how do I get this song like away from the radio so I can like listen to it whenever I want. That was like when I first started having that conversation with myself. But it became this like whole other thing because we moved at the end of 6th grade, and it was like, I wasn't expecting, it was like hit me really hard. Like, oh no, it was, I mean, I don't want to like over dramatize it or like be melodramatic, but like, this is how I did feel in 6th grade. Like, oh no, it's like dying, but I'm the one dying. And instead of just it being over, I have to continue being alive someplace else. Like it was awful. It was like, so I was being such a baby about it, but I was like, it felt very traumatic at the time. But that song, like it, it like had a big peak on the radio in like November, December. And it was like a huge deal. And then we had moved and we moved to Alabama. We were in Alabama in the middle of nowhere. I didn't know anyone. And that song came back on the radio while I was, this is insane, but I remember this. While I was having a conversation with my mom about how the school year, like when my old school got out for summer break and my new school got out for summer break, we like realized that I got an extra 2 weeks of summer break that year because of it. And this was the moment I was like, all right, I'm going to be okay. I get 2 extra weeks of summer break. And that song came on the radio and I was like, I'm going to live forever. And that's why I chose that song.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's a great memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that your relationship in 6th grade was just acknowledging that it could exist.
Yeah, there was nothing more. I mean, it's not, you're in 6th grade, you can't fuck. Like,
right.
It's not.
No, I mean, like, as someone who was in, but also witnessed a lot of like middle school relationships.
Yeah.
The majority of them were like just in agreement that you were together, and that just meant you like said hi to each other more often.
Yeah, it was just because I had a few that like together. In 7th grade where it's just like, we're dating. It seems like that. There's like nothing else to it than that. It was almost like a.
Yes.
I mean, whenever I imagine like celebrities like in strategic relationships that always feel like old, like medieval marriages that's like just for some sort of alliance. Like, when I think of what those must be like, I always think of like a relationship in 7th grade where it's like, why not? This is what we'll do for the time being.
Yeah.
Except you're like an adult and I guess there is like a weird element to it there.
Yeah.
That was but it was like, again, I was like, I was in 6th grade, like who cares? But it did feel at the time very powerful. It was like, whoa, this is this is my life now. And I've had other relationships in my life where it's like, if I'm like measuring like the quality of every relationship I've had, like that one's pretty good. That one, like, that's pretty. We were like good to each other the entire time. Like that's better than anything I did in high school or college. Like,
yeah, man. So, and have you had an easier mechanism for getting over something than 2 weeks of extra vacation? Because that feels like the best way to get over a relationship.
I think it was the like dark answer to that is like I just stopped connecting as deeply with people. Like, I mean, now I do it, but like for a while in middle school and high school, it was like we just might move again. Yeah, I'm gonna keep everyone at arm's length, and then we did move again, and it was like fine. I didn't really meet you, so this is cool.
Yeah,
I'm realizing what a bummer that answer.
No,
is.
I love it because that's a beautiful note to end on because they just barely got to know you. Yeah. Branson, thank you so much.
Shit. Bye.
Give it up for Branson Reese, everybody. And now let's welcome to the stage the one and only Christina Cola.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up, Cola?
Nothing. How are you guys?
Doing great.
Great.
Same answer.
I just want to let you both know that I legit changed my song like 2 seconds before I got
Ooh,
up here.
great.
So I picked Ex-Girlfriend by No Doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Because I was thinking about it, I was like, this is something that like defines my dating life. It's not that as sad as it sounds, but it was more like so when I was like 12 or 13, up until that point I had like only listened to like very poppy, like, Backstreet Boys, Aaron Carter and all that other stuff. And then I remember one day just being like, I want something different. So like I just kind of like went through my my dad's like CD collection, and the first thing on the top, the first CD that was on like a stack was No Doubt's Return of Saturn.
Yep.
And I saw Gwen Stefani on the cover with pink hair, and I was like, whatever this is, I'm going to just throw it on and listen to it. And Ex-Girlfriend is the first track on that. And I wouldn't realize this till later, but it kind of like, it did define like most of my dating life because, I realized I was gay when I was in high school, but upon realizing this, I was like, damn, I got to get a boyfriend before someone else figures this out. So about around, I think I was like 15 or 16, like I was talking to my friend Sam. I was like, hey, you know any guys that are like single? And she like hooked me up with her friend, and like we dated for like 8 months, and like, we wouldn't have like sex or anything. It was just like the way I set it up in my mind was like, oh, I'll have sex with him after a year, and then we'd break up like before that would ever happen. But I would keep doing, like, I would never like give any breathing room in between my relationships. Like as soon as I like got out of one relationship with a guy and be like, I got to get another boyfriend before someone figures out something's going on here. So Ex-Girlfriend is actually like, I went through like so many relationships, and they were like such little, like be like 4 month or 5 month, like just like back to back, even into like the beginning of college. And like the first line in that song is, I kind of always knew I'd end up your ex-girlfriend. So that's perfect.
Yeah. The serial ex-girlfriend.
The serial ex-girlfriend, yes.
Yeah. And that's got to be partially like, I would guess, a musical pivot for you too.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, totally. That was like huge. And like that track is like it's pretty heavy for like No Doubt too. Yeah. Like that whole album is kind of like what they call their like punk album, because it sounds a lot different than, I guess, like Tragic Kingdom, and then definitely different than Rocksteady, which I think came out like a couple years after that. But yeah, it definitely, then it started getting me into like the harder stuff. That's a weird thing to say about No Doubt.
No, but you're like, everyone's got to have a gateway drug.
Yeah, exactly.
But like you're into all kinds of punk music and stuff nowadays, right?
Yeah. It kind of like, I guess it was like the beginning of the stepping stones, because then after that it went into like, mostly like pop punk, but then from there, like, it went from everywhere from like Blink-182 to like Rancid's like Out Come the Wolves and like so on and so forth from there. So yeah.
Man, so does that song feel like anthemic now, or is it like more of like is it empowering to know you went through that phase, or is it kind of like man, whoa, I did some silly shit when I was younger?
Probably the silly shit part, because I did do some silly shit. I feel like God, I'm just like, some of these dudes, they were like, I would say like, I've only dated one dude that was like, wow, he's a really good guy. Like the rest of them were just like I used to bring them home for holidays too. My mom would be like, I dated this one guy who would shave his entire body like all the time. He wasn't a swimmer or anything. He just liked to do that. And like he came over for like Christmas one year, I think, and he was just bald, and like it's fine, but and it didn't suit him on top of that. So like it was just, my mom like pulled me aside in the kitchen. She's like, "Are you dating a skinhead?" And I'm just like, "No, I don't think so. I'm not really sure. He'll be gone in like 2 months if we're being realistic." So I don't know. Yeah, I still love that song though. It's great. It's it's kind of funny like looking back at it, and I'm just like, it doesn't make me sad. It like makes me like happy. Yeah, not happy. I don't feel,
That's a good song.
I'm not a bad person. Yeah.
You are not.
But it's cool that it was like just there, at the top of the pile for you to just sort of stumble upon.
Yeah, it's so weird. So like, my dad has a great music collection. He loves female fronted bands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he had a bunch of No Doubt, and then of course this other thing that he immediately gave me after he realized I like No Doubt was Joan Jett.
Yeah. Nice.
So then that was like also huge for me because love Joan Jett. And then Joan Jett does that great cover of Crimson and Clover.
Yeah.
So that should have been telling too, probably at a younger age. But anyway, and then he tried to give me Rush, which I was not enjoying at all.
Swing and a miss, Dad. Swing and a miss.
He tried. I don't know what made him leap from Joan Jett to Rush, but he was like, let's just give this a try. And
Maybe it was like the cool hair.
It was probably, he probably was hoping for something from that, but it was just like the 12-minute drum solo.
Yeah. I think he was just hoping.
Yeah.
He got you to like some of his stuff, and so he went for the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then he went back to Ramones, so that was
Sick.
I was like, that's better. Please take Rush away from me.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Christina, for joining us. Give it up for Christina Cola. We are coming to the end of our speed dating, guys. Let's welcome our final guest to the stage, Mr. Juan Nicolón.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
Juan, thank you for being here. We're doing well. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much.
That's great. What song do you want to talk to us about?
Okay. You know me.
Yep.
Okay. I like to showcase a rough exterior.
Yep.
Like to give the allure of a tough, rugged man.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But inside there is a special song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Inside of that tough, rugged man is a special song.
There is. And that song is called Another New World by the Punch Brothers.
Oh,
it's not by the Punch Brothers, but they sing it.
They do it, yep.
And the song is about a man that loves his ship. And he sails the ship to Antarctica. He gets caught in a snowstorm. And he has to burn the ship for warmth. And after that, he's very sad. And that's a song that moves me.
Yeah.
That moves me inside, and it lives inside. I know it's all rugged outside.
I know.
Inside is that wonderful song.
I mean, that song sounds like you, right? Because I mean, if somebody writes a song about a boat and about how they have to like sail it so far and then they have to burn that boat, that feels like they are presenting a rough exterior about an actual thing that seems like a metaphor for something in their own life, right?
I don't see it.
Okay. I'm wrong.
Oh,
Dead wrong.
Maybe you do. I don't know.
Wow. What about that song speaks to you?
I mean,
is it the storytelling of it? 'Cause that sounds like a story song.
It is a story song.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of that like chorus bullshit.
Get out of here.
Straight to the
Straight
point.
to the action,
Right.
one point
Yeah.
to the other.
And the action is sailing a boat
That's
to
how you know
Antarctica
it's
and burning
yeah,
it. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it follows the story of this man, a sailor. He has this boat called the Annabelle Lee.
Ah.
Boats have names of ladies.
This is another. This isn't. This you're building the case for this being a metaphor.
I don't think I am.
Boats have names.
Continue.
So this boat and this captain, he's obsessed with Cristobal Columbus tale, and he decides that he wants fame for himself, and he decides there is a new world up north, right? So he grabs everything, a crew, his boys, and with all together they go on this trip.
Right.
Then things get complicated.
It's cold up there.
I mean, there's I would say a honeymoon period
Sure.
where things are going great.
Right.
And then little by little things start to get complicated.
Just to point out, the term honeymoon phase is borrowed from the relationship part of it's called a honeymoon.
Yeah, that's
After a marriage.
that's what's called a metaphor.
Yeah. Got it.
Okay.
So things aren't going well.
Things aren't going well, like a relationship, but
But this is
not
about a boat.
yeah,
Yeah.
because a man and a boat can have a relationship.
Of course not.
The boat is not sentient.
Right.
So he is in this. He's in this snowstorm, and things get all white, and as sometimes happens, the water freezes over,
Yes.
and the boat is stuck, and they can move.
Can't go any further. Yeah.
They can go any further or backwards.
Back. Yeah.
There's nowhere to go.
Right.
So what happens? People start deserting him, his
Right.
crew, and they leave these footprints all across the wide plains, the wide ocean. They leave. Supposedly they die. Probably. It's not resolved in the song.
Right. It's about him and his boat.
It's mostly about
So he's left alone.
That's a thing that to heighten
Yes.
the situation. So now it's
course.
alone. He's
Right.
the boat and himself. Whatever problems, they have to work it out.
hmm
He has to work it out.
And his solution to the problem.
Is to chop, to slowly start chopping the boat for warmth
And burning it
and burning the
to
boat.
keep himself alive.
Yeah, because it's very cold.
Right.
So, yeah, that's the tension part of the song.
Yeah.
That is when things get really what's going to happen, you know?
Right.
And he's crying. He's very sad because his dream he had about this boat and
Right.
his journey is not coming to fruition. He had a lot of great things planned.
Mhm.
He had a lot of wonderful dreams, a lot of wonderful objectives to maybe accomplish. And when that doesn't come through, he has a breakdown,
Yeah.
and it's very painful for him. You know,
Do we know if he survives?
he survives.
Hmm.
Spoiler alert.
But the boat dies.
The
Well,
boat-
it's not alive, I guess. But
Thank you very much.
well, Juan, I feel like we really know you romantically inside and out now.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for revealing that to us.
It's been a pleasure. Do you have another song?
No, that's it. Everyone give it up for Juan Nicolón.
Thank you.
And would you guys please give it up? We're going to get the stage rearranged, but please give it up for the best pop punk and emo band in the tri-state area, My Dark Little Corner.
What's up? It's such a good idea to have us. What's up? We're My Dark Little Corner. And I just want to let you know right now, I have to warn you that this show is not for jocks. This show is not for the cool kids. This show is not for the class president. This show is not for the pretty princesses. This show is not for the nice guys. This show is not for hot people. This show is for the weirdos, the zeros, the outcasts, the losers, the nobodies, the has-beens, and the guys who said, I ain't gonna take it no more. This is a revolution, and I'm out in the streets screaming about it. Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right, should we play our good song?
Yeah. This first song is it is a love song, but it's about how much everything sucks, love included, and it's actually good.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Tonight, oh yeah, black tears, they stain my broken cheeks. I'm like a dead black rose. In the middle of the night, you abandoned me on the side of the highway. Which highway? The highway of life. I wanna take my nails and scratch my face off. On a dark black night, you fucking curse me. I wanna take my skin, give it as a gift. Happy anniversary! My life is the worst life ever. The worst life ever invented. My life is vomit. My life is piss now. My life is bloody scars, cooling by the light of the evening moon. I see your face, it shines in the night. Scream into the midnight that you never even cared about me. Why are we still broken up? I emailed you twice.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, yeah, tonight. Oh, yeah, tonight. Your words are poison, the words that make me die. The black tattoo of love, it seems to cry. The memories are shit and blood mixed into a pie. You said you'd stay, but you lied. My life is the worst life ever. The worst life ever invented. My life is vomit. My life is shit now. My life is horrible. You left me, now I'm screaming all alone. And then my dreams come true when you come back. AKA, no you didn't.
That's the end of
Thank
the song.
you. Thank you so much.
This is our hand symbol. Do it if we do a good job.
Yeah.
We just did a good job right there. That was our best song. It might go downhill.
Yeah. We honestly have 20 different songs. It took us about 14 minutes to write all of them. Yeah. All right. This next song is actually kind of about love. And thank you. Hit it, Jay.
This song is in 3/4, which is intense for us to do.
And I still don't know what that means.
1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, tonight. Oh yeah. Pull off the covers, put on the mask of the person you want me to be. Good. Right, here we go. Yeah. Let's take it from the top. I have ADD. Pull off the covers and put on the mask of the person you want me to be. I gotta confess, I just wanna impress ya, even if it means not being me. I see you hate punk music, but that's what I normally do. But I'm so devoted that I went and wrote it. A stupid, dumb, lame, boring, idiot love song for you, baby, tonight. I'm so in love, got a crush on your body, but also a crush on your brain. Every time I see you, I know I'm in love. I got problems, but that's not why I'm insane. Slowly we sneak to the bathroom, and we kiss till our lips become blue. It's nasty and crazy, but I know I'm lazy. But stupid, dumb, lame, boring, idiot love song for you. Yeah. Boom, boosh, boom, 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 chin, boom, boosh, boom. Slowly, amazing grace, I see your face plastered on the sidewalk, and now I know that it's true. Amazing moves, and now I see you, I know that it must be. Someday, some way, I gotta find you in the back place that I knew that I'd never see you, never know that you're real. You say you hate punk music, but that's what I normally do. But I'm so devoted that I went and wrote stupid, dumb, lame, boring, idiot love song for you. Piss up a rope. All right.
Good work there, Kyle.
Thanks, man. Way to know how to play guitar at different ways. Oh, man. All right, that's the end of our song. I mean, that's the end of our show, and here's the encore.
All right, this is one of our this is our most popular song.
This is our hit, and I keep emailing this to Nardwar. He doesn't want to talk to me.
Dude, Adam Carolla liked our Instagram.
Adam Carolla
he
did
liked
like
us on Instagram. So we are pursuing that channel as hard as we can.
Very aggressively pursuing that channel.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. This song is actually extremely important to me. It's about how much I hate my stepdad. All right. But we're gonna take this stripped down version. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't care. Oh, yeah, tonight. Oh, yeah. There's a girl I know, doesn't care for me. Got a broken heart, got a broken knee. 'Cause I was skateboarding, and then I fell. It really sucks. But I'll never wear a helmet, 'cause I don't care about anything. I do things 'cause they're bad, and I don't listen to anyone, and I really hate my stepdad. No, 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 no. I break the rules, society. I hate my school. Fuck them. Homework. lonely, and I'm gonna get a tattoo of a knife with barbed wire around it. Finna one bum 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 bum, bring it round again, and I want to feel it like bomba cloud me one, try to me one time, guan. Bomba cloud me, hear me say it like this, go on, boom. Yo, this is a phone call I recently made to my ex-girl. It went a little something like this. Hey Cheyenne, it's me, Kyle. Just wanted to let you know I'm getting the hell out of this suburban hellhole, and I'm going to the first place I know, Hollywood, USA. And I will be in the next Pirates of the Caribbean movie as a dirty old pirate. And I'm gonna scream! And I'm gonna scream! But it doesn't matter, because I gotta leave, babe. And you'll never see my face again. I'm leaving. Goodbye forever, because I don't care about anything. I do things because they're bad. And I don't listen to anyone. And I really hate my stepdad. I don't care about anything. I don't care about anything. I really don't. I don't care about anything. I hate my stepdad. I don't care about anything. Oh, yeah. Get bent, you old bag of bones. This is our generation. Yeah!
Holy crap, that show was so much fun and so very sensual. If you want to keep up with all of our guests, might we suggest following them on Twitter? Their handles are at Branson Reese, at Pop Rocks and Cola, at Katie Brodnick, at J Nicolón, and at Mallstones. You'll figure out who's who.
Oh, and you want to learn all about My Dark Little Corner, the sickest bunch of freaks on the punk scene? Well, then visit mydarklittlecorner.com and check out their monthly live show at Magnet Theater in NYC.
Oh, baby, what a night. We went on 5 rapid-fire dates on Valentine's Day, and we're alive to talk about it. What a wonderful bunch of humans to have on the show.
I fell in love with all of them. I also legitimately loved My Dark Little Corner. Holy crap, those guys are funny. I'll definitely be checking out their Stepdad EP and getting a tattoo of a knife with a barbed wire around it.
And now it's time for bed, folks. Remember to subscribe and review, just like a lover should. And until next time, hit repeat.
Evan, take your shirt off.
Repeater is hosted by Evan Ford Barden and Patrick Cartelli at QED in Astoria, Queens, a place to show and tell. Find out more at QEDAstoria.com. Our show is supported in part by Hi-Fi Records and Cafe in Astoria. Visit them from wherever you are at hi-fi-records.com. Editing by Stephen Garvey. Theme music by the Sun Lions. Everything else by Love Nest Productions. Welcome to Repeater.